SMEs can supply the government directly, bidding by themselves or as part of a consortia. For example, when using CCS, bidding on their commercial agreements, be they framework agreements or dynamic purchasing systems. You also have, I think as was discussed in some of the sessions today, the opportunity to engage with the likes of Open Doors, who will help and provide guidance to SMEs on how they can bid directly through to the public sector.
If an SME wants to supply via a wholesaler, there's a couple of things to kind of think about. First of all, I think accreditation is a difficult piece when it comes to with a wholesaler, because generally BRC is the accepted standard. We have a lot of individual contracts where BRC is mandated, and therefore it means that the bar has to stay a little bit higher, whereas at the public sector, obviously source is a bit more acceptable. There is work happening at the moment to soften on that, but the more you can build towards BRC and show that you're on that journey, it will certainly help. And then I think social value is going to be intrinsic to supply in public sector going forwards, and this is where SMEs can really win. Like, we're going to talk about the version of value, and value doesn't necessarily mean cost. So actually, if you can be very clear on social value and really understand that, and a lot of SMEs are already doing this because we often lead on purpose and sustainability and diversity and ownership and community value. And if you can really demonstrate that, then that's going to stand you in good stead. I can really only talk about Bidfood in terms of what wholesalers are doing, but we've developed the Open Doors program, which is specifically there to understand how we can engage SMEs better, find ways to bring them in where they traditionally perhaps wouldn't get the opportunity under the traditional fairly risk-averse metrics, and bring them forward. And a lot of that is aligned with social values. So how can we find suppliers that will generally offer value to our customers, whether that's in the private or the public sector, and hopefully that will help create a bit of a positive force for change.
The government is making it easier for SMEs to engage, find out about opportunities, and ultimately be successful by forming what's known as SME working groups and establishing SME action plans. So those plans provide details on what the government is doing to address the 12 identified barriers to entry that have been identified through a panel of around 25 entrepreneurs who are SMEs themselves, and over the years have struggled to be successful within government. The SME action plans will have targets that the individual departments, the central government departments, will choose to work on. They may be 3 or 4. And then each year, when the plans are refreshed, we'll provide details of what action has been taken to address those targets, to reduce the barriers and to improve on the practices that we undertake and the guidance that we're providing.